Alright, so here's a little tutorial on installing your through hull, your Seacox ball valves. So I've got the penetration there has been installed and sealed up. We had a little bit of splatter, so I just take that and wipe it around. It doesn't really have to be too pretty if it's in an area that no one's gonna see. That one we put a lot of 5200 on, a little bit too much, but you can never go wrong with too much. So now the next step is, you see that? Can't see that. I don't know how to do this. There we go. That's okay, I guess. So you want to wrap your Teflon. The fitting is going to spin on clockwise, so you want to wrap your Teflon clockwise, so this way when your fitting spins on, it doesn't unwrap your Teflon. And a lot of people mistake Teflon for a thread sealer. Yes, it does seal the threads, but what Teflon is mainly used for is a lubricant. So you don't want to put a ton on. See that? I put on 3 wraps. They're all somewhat overlapping as I go down, but that's all you want to do. You don't have to go through and wrap the piss out of it, because now you're going to come back with your leak lock, your pipe dope, or you're going to spread your leak lock all around those threads. But it's thicker towards the top, because as it catches that fitting, it'll spread itself down. You don't have to go crazy with it. I'll put on a generous amount. Now I have my ball valve. It's closed, or it's open because it's in line. So when it's closed, you have to keep in mind where you want it clocked, or else it's going to be mighty hard to get to that valve. So I like to, the pipe's coming from this side, right? So I don't want to put the handle underneath the pipe. I kind of want to put the handle this way, so you can reach down and grab it real quick. So thread it on until it catches, hand tight. Now we have the barb that we're going to put on now too. So remember, the barb spins clockwise, so you want to spin on your Teflon clockwise. I'm just putting one wrap. It's like 3 wraps, but it's really 1 wrap because the threads aren't completely covered. You don't have a big mountain of Teflon on there. And the same thing with this. I'm going to put on my pipe dope. Put your pipe dope on clockwise. This way you don't unwrap your Teflon as you're putting your leak lock on. You don't gotta go crazy with this stuff. Just fill the threads. Just fill up the threads. You don't even have to put this much. Some guys will say just put a big thick stripe down 2 sides of it. It'll take care of the rest. But I do this. It's going to dry hard. And as you see, if you're smart, you won't even get that much on your fingers. I'm going to do that one hand tight. Now I'm going to come back with my pipe wrench and start with the fitting. I'm going to tighten up the barb. What's that? I guess so now. That's pretty tight, but I don't like where the handle is, so now I'm going to come onto the actual ball valve itself, and I'm going to spin this. It's already nice and tight, but I'm going to spin it until it's pointing in the direction that I want it. And there we go, that's done. Now I'll just change this hose, and that's it. So, 5-minute job. I'm sure someone's going to find something wrong with that, but I've done a million of these things. Okay, we'll say 5,000. None from the fleet.